Oh. Hey guys. There's nobody here right now. It's just me. But if you want to hang out for a little bit and see how I make props for Nostalgia Critic episodes, stick around and see how I do it. Come on. Okay, so generally how this works is about 3 or 4 days before we shoot, Doug will send out the scripts and he'll send me a list of all the props and stuff he needs for the episode. And depending on all the things I have going on, I may only have a day or two to actually find or build the things that are in the episode. So let's take a look at this week's episode. Blade. So first item on the list is a Blade costume for Malcolm. Let's see, number 2, sword for Blade. All right, 2 desk plates, one that reads Marvel and one that reads DC. Pills for Tamara, but not real ones, obviously. Pencil drawing of comic book pages that look like they're being drawn in an artist's table. So, let's see. Yeah. All right, so I'll have to draw some comic book type stuff. So that'll be cool. 2 suits for myself, which means that I'll probably be in this episode at least twice. A printed contract, and it can say anything. That should be easy enough. 10 magazines, and on the back of one of the magazines, a full-page color ad for a headache medication that's called Captain America Civil War, with the quote that says, "Everybody loves it." Got it. Things I'm really going to have to build or make or find are the Blade costume, the Blade sword, the desk plates, and the drawing of the comic book pages thing. All right, well, first off, I'll have to take a look at our wardrobe and see what I can use based on the stuff that we already have. I'm sure I have some kind of a black vest that I can doctor up, kind of make it look like Blade's vest. We have a black leather trench coat, I know, and sunglasses and stuff like that. So that should be pretty easy. I might just have to cut out some foam, add some pieces to make it look like it. The Blade sword, I don't have anything in my collection that looks Blade sword-ish. I used to. I don't have it anymore. So I'll probably have to build something from scratch. But I only have a day, so we're going to use materials I have in the shop to kind of doctor up something that looks enough like Blade sword to get through the joke, which is always part of the consideration when building anything for the Nostalgia Critic episodes is how much screen time is this actually going to have? Is it just have to look good enough to tell the joke that Doug wants to tell? Or is it going to be something that's featured throughout the entire review, in which case it has to look good and hold up to, a full day or two of shooting. So in this case, perusing through the script, it looks like it's going to be a really quick joke. You're not going to see Blade a lot, and the sword is only seen very briefly, very quick. So it doesn't have to look movie accurate. Again, it just has to look enough like Blade swords that you know what it is. All right, so let's go. We got a lot of things to do today. That might work. Yeah. Okay, so I have the vest and some craft foam, and the craft foam I'll just cut out like the chest pieces and attach them. I don't want to do it permanently. Fortunately, there's a lot of Velcro on here, so I'll probably just put Velcro on the back and Velcro it right to the piece. And then I've got some of these buckles that I will just put some aluminum tape on. this stuff here to cover it, to give it that reflective look. Probably here and here or something. And yeah, that should look pretty blade-ish. Then we can start working on the sword and then get to the drawings. Alright, so this is it. Pretty easy. Like I said, just Velcroed on the craft foam kind of chest plates because there was already Velcro on the vest itself, and then some of the aluminum tape over the buckles, and then the buckles are just held on. They're just looped through with a piece of leftover strap and some electrical tape. So they're not permanently on there. Just take them off, slide them out. I don't want to alter the vest in a way that we can't use it again for something else. It's only going to be on screen for a few minutes. So again, just by the look, you know, Malcolm in the costume and stuff like that, you'll know exactly who he's supposed to be right off the bat. Doesn't look super movie accurate, but it looks good enough for the joke. Yeah. For the sword, it has to be lightweight. We have to build it pretty quickly. It has to be lightweight and not dangerous, I guess, because we're going to be, I think, dropping it into Tamara's lap for the gag. So yeah, it has to be light materials, look like the sword, but it's only going to be on screen very briefly, so it doesn't have to be movie accurate. I'm going to see what we have in the shop. Most likely it's going to be built out of PVC pieces, maybe a piece of aluminum or plastic or something that I have lying around. I don't want to use one of my real swords because danger, I don't know. All right, so I got a hunk of PVC and a little coupler. I'll probably find another coupler and a piece of this rib tubing. I'm gonna cut that off, cut this down, spray paint it black, put on the ribbing, and we need to find a blade. But I'm thinking, I know we've got some cheap swords up on the shelf somewhere that I could probably snag the blade off of. Some cheap plastic costume swords. And yeah, just steal one of those and pop it on there. Let's go see. All right, so I decided to go with this one. It's, to my knowledge, not being used for anything else or anything in the future. So just a little cheap costume on a Halloween store sword. So now we'll just go through the process of carefully removing the handle from the blade. There we go. All right, so that was actually way easier than I thought it was going to be. I mean, the piece on the blade actually kind of fits perfectly into the PVC pipe, so I didn't have to do anything major to assemble it. All of it is just literally popped together. I got a little bit of tape around the piece of ribbed hose, whatever, to kind of keep it in place. But other than that, that's it. You know, it's a close enough mock-up of blade sword, I think, for what the purposes we need. So yeah, that's it. Sometimes it's that easy. All right, well, Rob actually popped in for a little bit today. So he actually made the nameplates for the Marvel and DC that we needed out of some scrap wood and foam and stuff, and some tape and everything that we had lying around. So yeah, that's it. Those are done. Thanks, Rob. All right, so basically for the last piece, I just have to create a comic book page like an artist is currently working on. So I actually happen to have some comic book drawing boards or whatever. I'm just gonna sketch something that looks somewhat comic book pagey. I actually have no idea what I'm gonna do. I did a couple of quick sketches. All right, cool. Let's see what happens. All right, well, that about does it for today. I hope you guys enjoyed this little behind the scenes of kind of the prop building and costume making process of the Nostalgia Critic. Yeah, if you guys enjoyed them, hopefully I'll do more. All right, take care.